Getting an update from the emergency services. Let's listen to them.
Here in Swanage. At 7:16 a.m. today, we received a report regarding 3 residents who had been found deceased at the Gainsborough Care Home in Alwell Road. This prompted a large multi-agency response involving officers from Dorset Police, Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service and South Western Ambulance Service. The coroner and the family of those who have died were informed, and our heartfelt thoughts and condolences go out to them during this extremely difficult time. 7 people have been taken to hospital as a precaution, and other residents of the address have been evacuated to a location where they can receive appropriate care. They are being supported by Dorset Council and the Health Service. The deaths are currently being treated as unexplained, and we are continuing to liaise with our partner agencies to establish the full circumstances of what has happened. A significant multi-agency presence will remain in the area, including a police cordon, as we work with our partners to carry out an investigation. Following earlier inquiries, I can confirm that potential carbon monoxide poisoning is our primary line of inquiry, but I would stress that there is nothing to indicate that there is currently any risk to the wider public. Swanage is a very close-knit community, and I know these very sad deaths will have a significant impact on everyone here. I would like to thank members of the community for the respect, care and kindness that they have shown towards one another, with many of them going out of their way to help and support those who have been affected here today. We will continue to provide updates in relation to our investigation as and when we can, and I will ask the public to please refrain from any speculation out of respect for those affected today. I will now hand over to Darren Langdown from the Fire and Rescue Service to deliver his update.
Good afternoon. I'm Area Manager Darren Langdown from Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service. Firstly, I would like to express our shock and sadness at the incident that has happened here today, and our thoughts and condolences are very much with all those affected. We have had a number of crews on scene since around 8 o'clock this morning, supporting the response and the subsequent investigation. This has included specialist support from our colleagues in Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Fire and Rescue Service. As Heather has said, potential carbon monoxide poisoning is the primary line of inquiry, although investigations are continuing. We will continue to support our partner agencies as required and as the incident continues. I will now hand over to Susan Thomas of the South West Ambulance Service.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Thomas. I'm Tactical Commander at the South Western Ambulance Service NHS Foundation Trust. Can I begin by saying on behalf of the South Western Ambulance Service that our thoughts are with those of all those involved in today's sad incident. We were called at 05:20 this morning, Wednesday the 23rd of October, to an incident at a care home in Swanage. We dispatched multiple resources, including hazardous area response team, 10 double-crewed land ambulances, as well as a significant number of additional resources. Very sadly, as confirmed by the Dorset Police, 3 people were found deceased at the scene, and our thoughts are with their family and friends. We conveyed 4 patients to Poole Hospital and 3 to Dorset County Hospital as a precaution. I would like to take this opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you to colleagues and partners who have responded to the incident today. We ask that the public continue to access health services normally at this time. If you have any urgent healthcare needs, please contact NHS 111 online or on the phone. For life-threatening emergencies, always call 999. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you have an update from the emergency services in Dorset, led off by Chief Superintendent Heather Dixie there, who said that 7 people have been taken to hospital. 3 people have been announced dead at the scene of that care home, and saying that the investigation is continuing, but potential carbon monoxide poisoning is one line of inquiry. That was said to us by the Chief Superintendent Heather Dixie, as well as the area manager of the Fire and Rescue, Darren Langdown. All right, let's bring in our West of England correspondent, Dan Whitehead, who's following this for us. So, Dan, look, a brief update there from the emergency services, but saying that carbon monoxide poisoning is a significant line of inquiry.
Yeah, that's the primary line of inquiry, is what we heard there from Chief Superintendent Heather Dixie. That is what we had thought was the cause of these deaths. There is still a significant emergency service presence up at the care home, half a mile or so away. Emergency services from the fire, from SGN, those gas leak investigators, as well as a police presence, and that cordon is going to remain in place tonight. When they were evacuated, the residents this morning, they were taken to a church just 100 metres or so around the corner, and in the last couple of minutes we've seen some of those residents being taken by local ambulances, we understand, to other care homes, perhaps some taken to family members. Of course, they've spent the day, the authorities and officials here, trying to find space for some. We understand around 40 residents, finding space for them tonight. Some, we understand, suffering with dementia and more complex needs. So that's been a challenge for the authorities here tonight. An update as well in the number of people who've gone to hospital. It was in the earlier update 4, that is now 7. So 3 who had sadly died in this incident, 7 others taken to hospital. And police, they're keen to stress as well, no risk to the wider public. Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue saying that investigation work continues, and we understand that cordon is going to remain in place. There's still a lot of fire officers and gas investigation workers at the scene outside Gainsborough Care Home. Detail as well from South Western Ambulance Service, because the police were first called at just after 7:15, but actually it was at 5:20 this morning that the ambulance services were first called, so quite early. That multiple response, hazardous response, 10 ambulances, so a significant number of ambulances were taken to Gainsborough Care Home to deal with that situation where the emergency workers found 3 people dead inside the care home, and then 4 patients taken to Poole Hospital, 3 to Dorset County Hospital. Earlier today there was a statement via the Press Association from Gainsborough Care Home, who said that extra staffing resources had been allocated. That's to provide support after the incident on site. They said that they appreciate this is a stressful and worrying time for those involved, and have allocated extra staff resources to provide support, and they are contacting families. We've spoken to the local vicar, to family members who've been going in and out of that church where the 40 or so residents have spent the day. They're, of course, very upset, very worried. Many of those residents are confused about what has unfolded here overnight. But there will, of course, now be a very significant investigation and a multi-agency investigation into determining exactly what happened here, how this suspected gas leak, which led to carbon monoxide poisoning, that's the primary line of inquiry, how exactly that happened. But tonight here, right now, 40 or so care home residents are not able to return to their care home. That remains under cordon. They're now being allocated spaces at care homes elsewhere around the county, and that, as I say, is a big challenge for the authorities here, given how tight space already is in that setting, with some of those residents having perhaps more challenging needs, and being, of course, very upset at what has unfolded here in the last 24 hours or so.
Okay, Dan, for now, in Swanage, thank you.